So, I'm by no means a philosopher. I'm just a dude. I'm just a guy. And I've been like, it's like 12 p.m. It's like middle of the day. My shift starts in about an hour. I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking. And I came up with this thought experiment as a guess kind of a way to kind of conceptualize the world we live in, the, at least the modern Western world, the way things most people, you know, perceive them as, experience them as. Now, imagine you're at a house party, like a pretty nice one. Like you're in a suit, a tuxedo, whatever. You know, there's all these women in ball gowns, men in expensive suits, and there's an array of food, an array of beverages. You know, everything's there, like you know, a high class house party. You know, like a dinner party. And you don't know how you got there. You've just you have this feeling that you've always been there. You can roam around this large house. You can walk into different rooms. You can do whatever. Except leave. Well, I mean, not really. You can. There's an open front door. People come and go. But every time you go to this front door, there is a bouncer kind of type, a very professional looking man that will stop you and say, "Oh, hold on. If you want to go out this door, you know, you have to pay." And you'll think to yourself, "Well, why would I have to pay to leave?" Well, you spend each day, you can choose to spend the rest of your days just drinking it up, laughing it up with people that are also there, you know. You try to tell people that if you want to leave, and most people will answer and tell you that why would you want to leave? You know, you have everything here. Everything's provided for. Well, at this point, you start to think to yourself, well, either two things, you know. All right, I guess they're right, you know, I'll stay here. Or you try. You do your best. You know, you spend each day trying to find ways to make money. Who knows, you do bets with the other guests, or party tricks, or whatever. You scrounge up money somehow. But every time you go back to that door, this bouncer will tell you, well, haven't you realized the prices have been going up? The cost of exit has been raised. And you feel like you are trapped in a prison, like you're enslaved in some sort of way. But it's not it's not really slavery. You know, you have everything you need. You have food. You're not really exposed to the elements. You have your material needs mostly met. Now the point of this thought experiment, I guess, conceptualizing thought on how to come to terms with the way reality is right now. Economy, housing markets, job markets. Now you might think to yourself, well, we're free, we have free will, do whatever you want. But can you really? You know, your material needs are mostly met. Most people can afford some sort of food. Most people probably aren't starving. But still, if you want to do whatever you want, there's a price to that. If you want to leave this system, you gotta have enough money to do so. And if you're saving up towards that, if you're working hard, you're doing your best. You really, you work that 40-hour week, 60-hour, whatever. You're trying to save money up somehow so you can get a plot of land and start being self-sufficient and escape this hell system. Well, that price of exit keeps going up. And to me, at least, it feels like I'm stuck in this indentured servitude in some sort of way. Not to anyone specific, but to the economy. You know, I feel like there's no way I will ever be able to just do whatever I want. And in some sort of way, that system, this elaborate structure of society, has created a prison where the doors are open. And the warden or the bouncer at the door keeping you from getting out is in your own mind. You know, if you'll think to yourself, well, I can't quit my job, or how will I afford to do this if I don't do that? And it's just how it is. I personally don't see a way of changing things. And as depressing as that has been for me, I really don't know how to change. I would hope that society comes back around to having smaller communes and people actually supporting each other. But that's just not how society is now. Everyone is so enslaved to work so that they can do the things they want to do that there isn't any benefit in helping others anymore. Like, why would I give this guy the food that I've grown for whatever, 6 months. What do I stand to gain from it? That mindset is going to be holding us back from actually being a real society again. But I just can't see any way that'll change. Now I'll leave you with my thought experiment. I'll put it out into the world, and other people can add on to that if they feel like it or whatever. Because what are you going to do about it, right? So yeah, it's just how it is.